to the open.
The message beat on.
Well, Dennis, you've got to start in the centre, and you look at the centre, and if you look at the statistics, they're rather even. But then you've got to look further down the ground. Compare the both forward lines. The West Coast Eagles, their half-forward line is their driving point. You can see there the point in mind. Worsfold getting that ball on the 50-metre line, bang for goal. Whereas the Brisbane Bears players are coming up the ground and are just not winning the ball. There's only Kappa on occasions. I've looked down the ground, and Kappa's about the only Brisbane Bear fellow on the forward line. You can see there that there's a great deal of space. Merritt got it across to Bernie Harris, who was by himself, and they got one of their only goals. Only 2 goals in that first quarter, the Brisbane Bears. So that's where the problem is coming across their half-forward line and their centre line, the Brisbane Bears. So those players have got to tighten up and do a little bit more and tighten up the half-back line, because that's a real problem for the Bears. West Coast Eagles, everything went right for them. Then they've got these little players everywhere. Dean Laidley, a really unobtrusive player across that half-forward line. Only slight, but a very effective player. And this fellow is a danger, Carl Langdon.
Let's take a look at the numbers then on the first term.
Very, very well. Went out of it the second quarter, but where he left faded out. In came Hart, and at the end of the first quarter, Hart and Gastev have had 15 kicks between them and 8 hand passes, so they're getting the ball on the ground as well. On the outer wing there, that fellow coming onto screen there, Main Waring, he's drifting down the far wing and finishing off a lot of play. A little bit sloppy in his finishing off, not quite accurate enough on the number of occasions that he has had, but he again is another option.
Well, Hart had 7 kicks in that quarter.
And Lockyer, and the principal goal scorer for the opposition, Warwick Kappa's 6.
Well, the Eagles had just so many options when they went forward. We mentioned the numbers of players that they had. The way they bring the ball down, they draw opponents, and it's very easy to finish off a goal the way the Eagles set it up, because the player that finishes off is usually by himself. Miles there getting this kick across, and that was a very, very good goal there by Kappa. He does infringe. The umpire pinged him at the last piece. But David Hart, a good player, combined well with John Gastev today. When Gastev went out, Hart came in, and he's a long kick for goal is David Hart. Andrew Lockyer at centre half forward.